Wants to know how an old sick man transformed into world's most deadly killing machine? Watch full video till the end. Ichiro is just a regular guy trying his best to make his family happy. He buys a new house for his family, but his family don't respect Ichiro at all. At work his life is not good either. His boss yells at him in front of everyone and it's embarrassing. Ichiro is sitting outside his house, but then his wife shows up, hands him his medical report, which isn't looking good. Next day, the doctor drops the worst news. Ichiro has stage 4 cancer and only about 3 months to live. Ichiro is depressed hearing this news. At dinner he tried to share his diagnosis, but his family's too busy complaining and blaming him for everything to even notice. It's like they're in their own world, completely blind to the fact that Ichiro's falling apart. Ichiro goes for a walk with his dog in the nearby park, while wandering, lost in thoughts. Suddenly a bright light shoots through the sky and crashes into them at blinding speed. Ichiro, another guy in the park, falls unconscious. When he wakes up the next morning, Ichiro realizes something is off. He can now see perfectly without his glasses. He heads home for breakfast but can't taste anything and feels insanely thirsty. He drinks from a fountain, but things get even stranger. Smoke starts coming out of his left hand, which suddenly transforms into a massive rifle. Then his whole body starts going haywire, with mechanical parts appearing under his skin like some kind of robot nightmare. Then the guy from last night who was at the park with Ichiro. His name is Hiro. He shows off his new powers to his buddy Choco. First he shoots a bird from far away using just his fingers. Then he takes Choco to an underground parking lot and starts controlling cars with his mind, even revealing his mechanical body. Meanwhile, Ichiro is having a very different kind of day. He finds an injured pigeon on the ground, and when he holds it gently, his touch magically heals the bird and lets it fly again. Ichiro also has super hearing ability. He hears a mother crying in the hospital. He went there and he saves a dying boy with the same power. Watching the kid reunite with his mom gives Ichiro a rare moment of joy. On the other side of town, Hiro goes to confront some bullies with Choco. He forces them to apologize and return stolen money, but things get intense when Hiro grabs one of the bullies and nearly kills him. Choco steps in just in time to stop Hiro from going too far. Hiro's boldness catches the attention of a girl named Jaeon, who confesses she likes him. Hiro thanks her, and we learn. Hiro's anger comes from his messy family life. His mom was left heartbroken when Hiro's dad cheated and started a new family. Even though Hiro's mom still encourages him to visit his dad, the whole situation eats him up. Hiro goes to dinner with his dad's new family, but their happiness only makes him angrier. While playing with his half-brother, Hiro almost snaps, pointing his finger at the family, but stops himself because deep down, he still cares for his dad. Later, Hiro's rage boils over. He breaks into a random house and kills everyone inside. Ichiro hears about this while still at the hospital, where he's been busy saving more lives. He rushes to the scene and finds a girl who's been shot. Ichiro tries to save her, but his healing powers don't work on the dead. In the living room, he spots Hiro standing over the bodies. Before Ichiro can say anything, Hiro attacks him, sending him flying. But Ichiro recovers and chases after Hiro, only to see him flying away into the night. Next day, Choco watching news that someone killed a whole family. Choco suspects that Hiro might be behind the murders because all the victims were killed by gunshots, but no bullets were found. Later, Hiro finally admits to killing the family but tries to justify it, saying he's a god now and that strangers die every day. It's just how life works. Choco, horrified, doesn't buy any of this. He tells Hiro they can't be friends anymore and runs off. Meanwhile, Ichiro comes home looking beat. He tells his family he's been demoted at work. Instead of support, his wife yells at him and worried about how they'll pay the mortgage, and his daughter blames him for being a failure. Ichiro starts to doubt himself, feeling like he can't protect his family, stop the murders, or even help anyone. Then he hears Choco's voice, praying to God to stop Hiro before he kills again. That's when it clicks for Ichiro. He has to step up. He transforms into his robot form and flies into the sky. Ichiro meets Choco at the park, and they talk about what happened. Ichiro tells everything when he got these powers, and Choco thinks aliens reconstructed both Ichiro and Hiro, giving them these powers. He suggests that Ichiro should train to use his abilities to stop Hiro from committing more crimes. Next day, they head to a junkyard, where Ichiro tries shooting a tin can with his hand, but his aim is not good. Looks like Ichiro's got a long road ahead before he's ready to face Hiro. Hiro is going with his mother, and suddenly the police show up, demanding to question Hiro about the murders. Hiro, not having any of it, immediately runs off. He takes down the police officers one by one, tossing them around like rag dolls before using his powers to kill 3 of them. Hiro jumps off a stairway and takes off, flying into the night. News of his escape spreads fast, and soon, Hiro is a fugitive with no place to hide. Just when things look bleak, he bumps into Sion, who despite his dangerous status decides to take him home. Back with Ichiro, he's making some progress with his training, but it's clear the guy's getting worn out from all the effort. Later that night, Hiro watches the news. It's heartbroken to see that everyone is blaming his mother for his crimes. She apologizes over and over again, but no one shows her any sympathy. Hiro is devastated, realizing that the pain he caused has been felt most by the person he loves most, his mom. Then the news shocks him even further. His mother is found dead in her apartment, apparently having taken her own life after the pressure from the media became too much. Hiro goes into complete shock, reading the hateful comments about his mother and seeing everyone curse her name. In a fit of rage, Hiro uses his powers to hack into the commenters' computers and starts shooting everyone through their screens, causing chaos and death across the country as people drop dead after looking at their devices. Meanwhile, Zeon finds Hiro lying awake at night, unable to sleep. She tries to comfort him, but Hiro admits he feels responsible for the countless deaths he's caused. He transforms in front of her, trying to scare her away, but Zeon refuses to believe he's a killer. Zeon senses something's off. She turns around only to find an army of soldiers pointing their guns at her. Hiro sees this and rushes to her side, grabbing her just as the soldiers begin firing. He turns and retaliates with a fury, killing every last one of them. But when the dust settles, Hiro realizes that Zeon is dead, with multiple gunshot wounds in her body. Hiro is devastated by her death and vows to kill everyone in the country who's responsible for the pain he's feeling. Back at Ichiro's house, he watches the news about the recent murders and tries to warn his family to turn off their phones for safety, but they ignore him and continue about their business, heading out into the dangerous world Hiro has created. Mary is hanging out with her friends, enjoying the view from the top of a high-rise building, when Hiro goes live on every network, announcing his plan to destroy the country in revenge for his family. At first, no one takes him seriously, but once he starts firing at people, chaos erupts as people drop dead. Everyone panics and runs, but Hiro's attacks are everywhere, and there's nowhere to hide. Ichiro managed to hijack the broadcast, and Chaco urges everyone to turn off their phones to avoid being targeted. But with no way to stop Hiro, he decides to launch a full assault, firing missiles all over the city. Ichiro tracks down Hiro and tries to reason with him, tries to stop him, but Hiro doesn't listen and starts attacking him. Ichiro dodges missiles and zooms through the city, with Hiro relentlessly following Ichiro. As Ichiro flies closer to Mary's building, he hears her screaming for help. One of Hiro's missiles hits her building, causing it to collapse. Ichiro rushes to save her but gets attacked by Hiro and he chases him. In the outer space, Hiro launches more missiles at Ichiro, but Ichiro manages to survive. Then Ichiro transforms his arm into a rifle and shooting projectiles at Hiro, sending him plummeting back to Earth. Ichiro then flees to the building where Mary is, finding her lying motionless. Ichiro uses his power to revive her, and luckily he managed to save her. They share an emotional hug. But just as things seem to calm down, Hiro attacks Ichiro. Ichiro is injured and Hiro shoots Mary in the stomach. Ichiro tries to stop him, but Hiro continues his assault, even throwing Mary off the building to make Ichiro feel the same pain. Desperate, Ichiro charges all his energy and flees to rescue her. He punches Hiro's hand, breaking it into millions of pieces, and he catches Mary just before she hits the ground, saving her in the nick of time. Mary wakes up, realizing her dad is a superhero, and sees him flying off to save others. Though the government declares Hiro dead, but they never find his body, Ichiro goes back to his family, and despite everything, they continue with their normal life, though Mary now sees her father for the hero he truly is. Meanwhile, at home, Chaco is shocked to find Hiro still alive but missing an arm. Chaco offers Hiro to play video games, but Hiro, knowing his presence could put Chaco in danger, leaves, choosing to stay away for his friend's safety.